So part of the building process is showing the imperfection as well. As you can see, I got a tiny, like smaller than a 1/32 of a lip right here. I have what's called a hand planer. This hand planer basically runs along the top with a razor blade and shaves off the excess so the top will fit flush. Been working on this one right here, and you can see I need to take off a little on the outside edge, but it's looking good. Shout out to my stepdad for having the know-how and knowing what techniques can solve these little problems. I was gonna go to Home Depot and buy sanding paper or rent a wire wheel, or like a belt sander maybe, and do it like that. But now I don't have to do any of that. I already knocked a little bit off, but I'm gonna set the camera up and y'all gonna see about how much work it takes to knock this down. Know her, chauffeur, toaster. Hey. Yes, sir. Probably should have thought about putting the 45s in before I joined up everything. Like, I should have probably just put them in once I did this piece and this piece. I would have clamped that in good up top and get good glue coverage all the way on both sides and the bottom. So I'm gonna hold those clamps in for a while, then take the clamps off and put in the screw that goes up here. So that's the plan for right now. We're making more progress, folks. Yes, sir. So close, but so far. All right, so we got the front 45s glued in. I have them also somewhat screwed in. I used a C.a.r.y. jig, but the C.a.r.y. jig don't offer small screws that I need. They would have gone through the front face. So I'd use regular screws and they're not sitting the way I want. So once I leave this clamp for 24 hours and I just remove the screws anyway, because where these subs mount, I have to pre-drill holes anyway, and I don't want screws going through screws or have to deal with any of that. The back 45s body fillered in. I want a seamless transition, basically no turbulence in the box, whatever. I wanna make this a nice home for my subwoofers. The body filler in this 45 side as well, sanded in a second layer. Like I said, I wanna fill all that in. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chase, checking back in with y'all, giving y'all some updates on the Baltic Birch ported box build for my JL Audio 10W7s. I'm at a standstill because this is overhanging that much, and unfortunately I'm a perfectionist and I want it to be perfect. And all I have is a hand planer. It took so much time to do such little work. Stepdad, so he can take it with him to his friend's workshop who has the correct tool, who can plane it down the 1/16 of an inch or whatever it is right here. So, ooh, I hope I didn't just scratch the vinyl on the front. I hand planed all that, such a pain in the ass. It took forever. And I really did like nothing. I barely got into the first layer. And on this side. I'm trying to figure out how I want to run my wires. As you can see, I got the ring terminals all ready to go, drilled through and screwed. I got the 8-gauge new concept Colossus flex cable, 805 strands OFC. So my subwoofers hopefully should be getting all the power they need. So on the other side, I'll have the ring terminals, and depending if I leave the amp where it is or move it, I'll have more 8-gauge that comes out of these and goes to the amplifier outputs. Wood filler to fill in these gaps on the 45s because I kind of sanded them with the wrong sander and took off more than I wanted. Got the 45s filled in with body filler. I'll probably go ahead and paint that so it doesn't look ugly. Making more progress. Like I said, who knows how long it'll take to get that panel planed. I'll throw this clip in with the other clips that I got and make another update and get this on YouTube for y'all. If we look right here, you see I still got this front 45 clamped. I've already got a base layer of body filler in. It hasn't been sanded yet, so that's why it looks so messy. And then I'm also gonna go back and paint all this as well. Still need to go through and body fill this. I need to attach the front face panel still. Need to pre-drill holes for the sub still. The port support I came up with is so tight. All I have is the port taped together. It's just sitting in this, and it's obviously coming out the front some. I can pull this whole 4.5 foot cubic box. Look, I'm pulling the box with my left hand too, I'm right hand. Port's in there good. I had some JB Weld epoxy, probably not even gonna need it. I don't see how this port is even gonna move. And like I said, I just have it cradled and what's like a half U shape. So basically I just measured the port and cut a half semicircle, made a base for it. And as you can see, the base glues into the base and then it's screwed in from the bottom side, cradles the port perfectly. And I just got done crimping this ring terminal, 8-gauge. Looks pretty good, huh? This is the crimper I use, Zupper YQK-70. I did this on 3 sides and it's looking pretty good. I'll go ahead and throw some heat shrink on there. Oh yeah, also I wanted to show how I ruined the front face panel. That paper did not work. So, and on this side, right here and up here. So I'm really pretty frustrated about that, considering I did so well on wrapping this vinyl front face and all these holes are pretty much perfect. Pretty frustrating, a big step back at this point. Anyway, so I figured I'd add the good and the bad into the update, y'all. What I can do is, since this is an easy way to contain the wires, I can pretty much just go right here into the sub, because the subwoofer push terminals will probably be about right here. So what I can do is take this, shorten up that length, right? Straight into the subwoofer terminals. I have the wires fastened so they won't flap around in the box, and I won't have to tape them up anywhere. You feel me? That's my newest update. This looks way better, way better. More updates on the way. Figured I'd add in this footage for y'all. Yo, what's up everybody? At the front 45s, glued, screwed, and clamped, getting the body filler to smooth the transition between the 45 and the panels. It's not a smooth transition from the 45 to the side. There's a little lip right there. As you can see, I'm going for a smooth transition. I had sanded my 45s too much, so there was like a little ridge. But on some of the 45s, the screw head doesn't go all the way in its home, let's say. So I'll probably back those out and fill those. With the front, I have to keep in mind that the subs are gonna be mounted through here. So I'm gonna need to pre-drill some holes. With the front 45s, I have to be careful because the subs obviously mount right here. We're gonna have to pre-drill some holes to mount the sub. Where I think there's a nail that might be in the way, I'm gonna go ahead and back that out. One layer right there of body filler and two on the left side. And as you can see, it's a lot smoother transition from 45 to the sidewall. And that's exactly what I want. I want a good smooth transition. I don't want there to be any notches or extreme ridges. And any excess that you see, I'm gonna sand down with sandpaper, and then I'm gonna spray paint it black. Arrow port is not fastened to its support. It's so in there I can pull the whole box, and this is double baffle 19mm 13 ply Baltic birch. Lighter weight than MDF. Next step is to continue the body filler on the 45s, as you can see right here, and fill that in with the body filler as well and make that a smoother transition from the 45 to the front wall. And then once I do that, I'll pretty much be ready to finalize the port and put on the top. Look, y'all, made these beautiful cables. Hydraulic crimped the ring terminals onto the 8 gauge, stripped it back, positive and negative, then heat shrunk the ring terminals, then got me some Tech Flex, measured it out, taped my wires together, and then Tech Flexed them, and then put some heat shrink on the Tech Flex. How's that looking, y'all? Nice and professional. I'm gonna be using these for my subwoofers inside and outside the box. One going to the subwoofer terminals from the amp, and then the subwoofer terminals to the subs. It's your boy Chase from Up to Bat Entertainment. Thank you guys for rocking with me throughout this series. I hope you enjoy it. Any questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the comments.